Hello and welcome to this presentation with BPC Instrument. With us today we have CEO Jing Liu. My name is Christopher Bergen and I work for Finwire Media. After the presentation there will be a Q&A session, so if you have any questions please visit Finwire.tv and click on this webcast where you can write your questions. And with that said, I hand over the word to Jing. Please take us through the presentation.
Thank you very much, Christopher, for the short introduction. So my name is Jing Liu, the CEO of BPC Instrument. I'm also the co-founder and the inventor of the company. So today I give you a short introduction of BPC Instruments and for our IPO to be listed in Spotlight on the 16th of December. And the company, what we are intend to, the challenge we are intend to solve is related to the biotech laboratory analysis. In general, the biotech laboratory analysis is a very time-consuming and labor-intensive work. And they are often lead to a large random error due to the manual operation, a lot of manual work. So they lead to a lot of random errors. Poor data quality and quantity, because it's a manual work. People has to come in either hourly or daily or follow this analysis, quite often lead to the inconsistency of the measurements. As you can imagine, this also, due to this reason, is a very individual skill dependence. And also the analysis is a lack of a standardization. All these problems are caused are the quite general common challenge for the bioanalysis. And the things, a lot of manpower is involved, very labor intensive work. So in general speaking, the analysis is also quite expensive. So what we try to do on the BPC Instruments is we try to develop a measurement technique. It's based on the pattern, the gas volume and flow measurements. And we developed and we utilized the technology and we fully developed into fully automate and integrate analytical apparatus. So, as the whole system is become very user-friendly, we can significantly reduce the time in terms of analysis, labor, and the skill demand. So we have also outstanding the real-time performance for both accuracy and the high precision analysis. So this lead to a much more efficient and high quality analysis, much high throughput analysis. So previously, the limitation for bioanalysis is the human, the human resources. And nowadays, the limitation become the capacity of the instrument analysis. And that capacity can be easily expanded by investigate more or by expand the capacity of the instruments. So we can better, with this, our solution, we can better utilize the human resources and make the decision supporting system much more efficient. This is certainly also to support our future demand. So in the future, for any industry, we need to analyze more, but we have to analyze much more smartly. With our instrument, we can do that, analyze more, much more often and smartly for better business decisions. So a short background, the BPC Instrument were founded by scientists from Lund University back in 2005. So we're a technology company. We develop and sell automate analytical instruments that allow for more user-friendly, more efficient, reliable, and high quality of research and analysis in a rather wide range of biotechnology industry. So our clients come from both industry and academic world. For industry, people utilize our instrument to support, to run the routine analysis to support their daily operations. For academic sector of client, they use our instrument as a research tool to develop, to carry out their research project, develop, to generate the data to support their research. So previously, our company called Bioprocess Control And this name has been renamed to BP's current name, Bpc Instrument, back last year, in August. And this simply because the name is more better reflect to our business focus in the coming years. Our first product was launched back in 2009 called the AMPTS, which stands for Automatic Emitting Potential Test. And later on, we developed, we managed to establish quite very well niche product portfolio within the environmental biotechnology sectors. So our customer actually as I mentioned, from both industry and academic, we actually managed to penetrate the market over 60 countries around the world. And this number is increasing every year also. So we have a very mature technology and business and a very well established niche player in the market. We have a very high reputation in our niche sectors. We do have a well-protected IP in the major international market, mainly focused on the Europe, United States, and China. And our headquarters is in Sweden. We have 9 staff and 2 consultants, and we do also have a joint venture in China with 7 staff. During the pandemic, 2009, 2010, we have outstanding performance. Last year, we have actually turned over about 24 million with a net profit 5 million. So every company has a developing history, and also in our cases, you can see that in this plot, I show you over the past 15 years. In the first couple of years, the company is in the stage of developing the technology, and then we have also our first product launch back in 2009, and later on, we have actually a new generation of product continue to develop throughout the years. Until recently, until 2019, 2020, before, we have been very much focused on biogas industry and the research market only. But since we realize that our technology has a great potential also for other biotech sectors, we start looking at and starting also penetrate the market. And right now, we are actually have customers from outside biogas sector, like biodegradability market, animal nutrition, wastewater, and so on. We do have also plan in the coming year, in the first half year, to launch a new generation of a completely new generation of our product in order to support our business development roadmap from a single niche market, from a niche player in a single niche market to multiple market. So as I mentioned, we have quite outstanding, performance throughout 2020. This year, our actually in the first 3 quarters, we have reached to the, we meet our target, and we actually surpass our sales target in the first 3 quarters. So actually our goal is to continue work hard at the remaining the year. It's soon to be end of the year, but I think we will end up a good year, and our idea is to surpass our annual target, both in turnover and profit. And we're actually doing quite well in penetrating the new sectors, such as biodegradability, animal nutrition. And yeah, we're also doing very good in the digital marketing. And during the pandemic time period, the business, it's difficult for business traveling and the conference, which we are used to participate. But throughout the year, last year, we managed to actually digitalize our business, and we're actually adapted very well. And why make BPC quite unique? We actually consider there's several actually aspects. The first aspect is the technology. We do have a very unique measurement solution, which we are pioneer in this field to measure ultra-low gas volume and flow. And we're talking about milliliter per day, per week in that level. And this actually opened a great opportunity for as an analytical solution for various applications. Our first application is biogas, and now we are actually enter other sectors in the biotechnology field. From this aspect, the knowledge transfer in different applications is also critical, and we pay a lot of attention, we put a lot of effort to develop this competence and also to transfer the knowledge to our client. And this is actually has a significant value, and which also make us quite very much different, significant difference compared to our followers and competitors. So we are service-minded, and our team, and from both the instrument and the application aspect and the expertise, we are very approachable, and we are willing to help our client. So we do have also a stable supply chain in both in Sweden, and we are starting also developing our supply chain in China as well. And this actually will strengthen our business development when we expand our business. So business model IP, I mean, we generate, our revenue generation is rely on the instrument sales. We sell through directly sales to the global market, or in some regional market, we do have a distributor. Well, we have about 15 distributors, mainly located in the region where we have a language and the cultural barriers, like Japan, Korea, like in France, in Spain and Italy, and so on. Often we have a more opportunity afterwards, first sales. And this is due to after like 1 or 2 years, 3 years after the first purchase, the customer come back to us to need more instruments due to the capacity expansion of the demand, satisfactory of the product proposition, and also our sales support. So, and we focus on high margin and niche instrument. And previously from one niche market, now we're going towards the multiple sectors. We do have, as I said, when we do the instrument, we used to working on like a traditional marketing by attending the trade show conference. But during the pandemic, and this become very limited. And we adapt to the new business norm quite well. So in the future, we combine our digital marketing and the traditional marketing. I think they will work very well for us. Regarding the IP, we have a good patent protection, IP protection for our core technologies. We focus on, we have 22 patents in total, and still valid for between 10 to up to 20 years in major market like EU, US, and China. But we consider that we need to combine the IP protection, the technical know-how, business activity, and also branding, PR, to ensure our market leadership positions. So it's going to be a combined effort. And if you look at the market potential, I mean, the existing market, biogas, that we have been really a leading and pioneer leading position over the past, over 10 years. We are now entered a new sector. Those sectors, for instance, which we have been very well proved, and we have an increasing number of customers, that's including biodegradability, analysis market, animal feed, and so on. These are actually proven market. But we are also looking at the market, for instance, the wastewater treatment analysis, the human gut microbiota, and we're also looking at the possibility to evaluate the greenhouse gas emission and the preclinical related analysis. And if you look at the size of those each market, we are only focused on niche market. The size of markets is often from either the same size of biogas or multiple times bigger on the biogas sector, based on our experience and the knowledge. Regarding the competitors, as I mentioned earlier, that we are pioneer in both related measurement technique and the product. for market penetration. So, but over the past 6 years, we do have followers come from UK, Germany, United States, and China. But most of them intend to re-engineer our instrument hardware. Sometimes some of the companies start also re-engineer the software, but to offer in general, to offer the lower quality, less mature, and the cheaper alternative solutions. Instead, BPC, we are producing better quality and features in both hardware and software. A much deeper knowledge on know-how. As I said, knowledge transfer is very important. And we have a significant more customer reference. Due to throughout this year, we have a much good reputation and marketing as well. So, and maybe most important, we are the leader in innovation and be service minds. We lead these sectors. We have the new technology in always developing and lead this, lead the trends. So looking at our board management and our ownership structures. So myself, I'm CEO, and we have our chairman, Professor Gustav Olsson. We have my partner, Christopher, and also Anita, who is also our independent board member, just joined during this fall. And the ownership structure is through my holding company, I have about 70% ownership, Gustav 13%, and Christopher through his holding company, a bit more than 12%. And the RU Innovation, which is the university holding company back in Lund University, it's about 4.5. After the IPO, I mean, I will have about 65, still the major shareholders. So some objectives of for the coming year, coming 3 or 5 years. So we intend to maintain +10, you can say 2-digit % annual growth from our net sales revenues. That come from both existing biogas market, but also more contribute for the new business sectors that we're going to enter or has already started. Well, we aim to have a net profit 3 to 4 times more in about 5 years. Last year we have, before the tax, we have 5 million. And the revenue, also revenue outside the biogas sector to be more than 30 plus of the total sales revenue. This is important. To keep our business successful, expanding as we planned, we need to penetrate new sectors. And that we see we have a great potential. We do have some other operational objectives, for instance, that we want to keep our leadership in supply laboratory technology for biogas market. We want to penetrate the new sector. The selected high priority market will be the biodegradability market. This is related to the plastic degradation in the natural environment or waste treatment facilities, which is become a very hot business in very recently. Also penetrate the wastewater analysis market, which is a huge market. And we are starting also entering the in vitro digestibility for feed animal nutrition. We know that nowadays that in the coming year, the emission control, greenhouse emission control will be a very highlight or will be a focus. Oh, our technology somehow relate to this. For instance, for the in vitro digestibility test, through our instrument, we can very well evaluating the greenhouse gas emission and help the feed company or the researcher to develop solution to eliminate the greenhouse gas emissions. We are also looking at the other sector to prepare, although this is a little bit short and long-term goal, but we already also started to look at our future growth possibility in a new sector. For instance, the preclinical market and so on, greenhouse gas emission and so on. So we also want to strengthen our team because that's in terms of product development, production, and the markets and the sales in order to support our transition from a niche player in the niche sector, one niche sector to multiple niche sectors. And branding, of course, branding is important, and also to strengthen our presence in US and China. So about this IPO, we plan to raise the 15 million and IPO on Spotlight market on the 16th of December. Through pre-subscription, we have already secured about 10 million. That has been secured. And we have valuation about 200 million. So how those capital is going to use? Similar to the previous slide, as mentioned, we want to strengthen our production capacity, sales and marketing force, and customer support team, and also product development. We want to looking at, because we need to gain and continue gain and investigate the new application, so also will be used for that purposes. Accelerate our new product development. We are the leading position. We have a followers. The only solution for us to be keeping our leading position is we accelerate our new product, to maintain our leadership in terms of both technology, product development, and business. And we're looking at the global market want to focus EU, which is our home market. We're looking at the US, the big continent, and China, also big continent. But in Asia, for instance, we also have a great presence we do have also a good representation in Japan as well. So, but that's, we see those are geographic location that we should have our presence. Okay, so as an investor, you may ask why. You may ask, okay, why invest the BPC Instruments? And we consider we have following reasons. We are in the really technology and market transition phase from single niche market to multiple sectors. Our roadmap and the business model is well defined. We believe we have a great, business potential and to grow in the coming years. And also our business operation is in a rapid transition from traditional marketing and sales promotion towards the digitalization of our business. And we are really doing well. And as I mentioned, we see the combination of digital marketing and the traditional marketing will serve our business very well also. So we put a lot of our effort on business development with the core competence development, focused on the clean tech, renewable resources, sustainability, innovation in biotechnology analysis. This actually match perfectly with the general trend of the business in the world. In the future, we're looking for, the whole world is looking for green solution, be more sustainable, reduce emission, and so on. Our technology, our technology and our mission are fit this very well. So, and also we have outstanding business record with a very solid foundation for us to grab the new opportunity. We have a solid background in a niche player, in the biogas niche market. We want to replicate our success in the biogas in new biotech sectors. We have an extensive experience on this, and we should be able to manage. So we believe the investment of BPC is a good choice for investors who are interested in the long-term solid business growth and being clean tech as sustainability minded. And we also have a highly competent staff and excellent team spirit. I think we are very proud and love what we have achieved so far, but we indeed have a really great passion on what we can do more in the coming year. So, but at last but not the least, our management team have a solid and a strong business and scientific expertise and experience. So I think our operation team dependable and worth to be invested in. So that's my short presentation and introduction of BPC Instruments. I will be more than happy to answer questions that you may have. Thank you.
Excellent, Jing. Thanks a lot for that presentation. Now we have you on the screen as well during the Q&A session.
Yeah.
So if you just could start by giving us a background of yourself before you started at BPC Instruments.
Yes, I'm originally come from China. I come to Sweden back in 1997. And so I did my master and the PhD at Lund University. So I'm a scientist. And I am actually still holding my docent title in the university, Lund University, biotechnology divisions. But apart from this, I do have a quite extensive experience in the marketing and sales. Before coming to Sweden, I've been working on 2 major pharmaceutical industry for more than 4 years. And also throughout these years, I think I combine my academic technology, but also my entrepreneur experience. So I have a rather good understanding from both business, marketing, sales, and the technology. Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you. And I should also mention, if you have any questions to the viewers here, if you have any questions, just visit Finwire.tv and click on this webcast where you will find a form and you can write them and send them in to us. You talked about your products there. Are there any products that are of extra interest to you?
Yes, we have a product portfolio, and but the most important, we have 2 flagship products. How can I say 3? The 2 platform. One is the AMPTS, which stands for Automatic Methane Potential Test. This is actually the most well-known instrument for biogas research and the industrial analysis. It actually has been written and introduced, recommended by international standard. And so this is the flagship product for us in the biogas sector. And the new platform, Gas Endeavor, is actually a more general platform for various applications, including the animal nutrition, including the biodegradability, greenhouse gas emission, or even for the preclinical evaluation, toxicity evaluations. So those are 2 major flagship products that actually have a great contribution to our sales. And we're now developing the 3rd generation of instrument that actually will be replacing our current offer in the market. And we can foresee this is actually going to, I believe it will boost our business, and in terms of offer. It's a better offer, it's more in terms of both feature and functionalities. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next question. What are the main problems and challenges for performing a related bioanalysis, and how do BPC solve this problem for companies?
Yeah. That's actually, it's I already mentioned in my presentation, I believe in the 2nd slide. So the general problem for the bioanalysis is very time-consuming, labor-intensive, large random error due to the manual operation. Because if it is manual operation, it's also very skill dependent based on the individual, and that's caused lacking of a standardization, and the data cannot be compared. And it's not good to make the analysis very individual skill dependence, because the data cannot be compared. And also due to the manual operation, we have a poor the data quality and the quantity, and also cost will be high. And our solution is we offer automate and the analytical instrument that replace the human operation to minimize the human interference. So we can offer user-friendly more and significantly reduce the time, labor, and skill demand. So the data quantity, the data is much rich, and both in the quantity and the qualities. And yeah, and this all, as I mentioned, lead to a better utilized of manpower resources and we are able to analyze more often and more smartly, much more smartly, and to give a better business decision. And also for the business, for industry, but for researcher, they will get much more rich data to support their research project. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And you mentioned competitors during the presentation, but how would you say that like barriers of entry is for these types of products?
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing strange when you create some market and you are in the leadership position, and then there are people see, oh, okay, this is a market, and then they will try to copy and make a similar offer or at least hardware. So re-engineer 60% or 70%, but often the last 40 or 30% is the most difficult part. And as I mentioned, that we are continuing to develop both hardware and software, but we also are know-how. This is actually a barrier for many followers. Our product is instrument, but actually we have not much know-how to integrate our offer to our customers. This become it's a lot of effort and a lot of knowledge, and this is a barrier for a lot of followers. So we have a lot of good example, and we can provide much more support and helping people to better utilize our instrument in a much better way. So yeah, I think that's the barrier for followers. But from another point of view, we are visible, we are transparent, we are in the leadership position. The only way we believe, and actually it's good for us to have those some competitors, it's pushing us moving quickly forward to continue being leading these sectors by continue bringing the innovation idea, new product, new service, and new offer.
Okay, great, thank you. You mentioned there during the presentation that 2021 was a very good year for you. But looking back on the yearly performance a few years back, the revenue has like plateaued. What was the reason for that, and how has that changed during 2021 for you to expand your growth, so to speak?
Yeah, as I mentioned previously, in the previous years, over 10 years, we have focused on only one niche market, which is biogas market. And the biogas market is it's a renewable energy market. You can say waste treatment and solid waste treatment, but somehow it's related to the energy renewable market, renewable energy. As you may know, in the past few years, renewable energy and also in energy in general, it has some difficulties in terms of market because it's very policy driven. And the energy price has been low in the past few years, but now changing. Very recently, the price increased so dramatically. So, so that's one of the reasons. And actually, in the biogas sector, a lot of companies suffering. A lot of big company has been a really difficult time. But we take advantages. We penetrate the global market over 60 different countries and region. We gradually, during even the pandemic time, we gradually increase our revenue. We continue to grow our business, with actually also very solid growth. So we're not depending from one individual nation, their policy. Instead, we actually have a good balance in the different market. Looking forward, I think with the greenhouse gas emission goal and the methane reduction goal that we heard about very recently, we see the biogas or biomethane market will continue to grow. It's an important part of it. And plus also the waste management, which producing through the biogas production from the waste. I think this market will grow. On top of it, as I mentioned, we are enter new others and the new sector, new business sector, like biodegradability and animal nutrition, wastewater. That will bring really tremendous business opportunity for us. So I foresee, and we will have a quite significant growth. And that has been also proved for this year, 2021, the first 3 quarters, we have surpassed our target. And we have 1.5 months left for this year. And we are the sales pipeline is still very strong. So we hope that we can end it in a really good year. And yeah, that's what I can say. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And if we look at the size of your approachable market, how large would you say that your approachable market is?
Yeah, it's difficult because we are working on very niche sector, even in the big sector. For instance, when we talk about biogas market, they can have a million the size, but we are only working on very niche sectors. There is no really third-party statistics to show how the size of the market. But based on our experience, as I mentioned in my slide, we believe the sector that we're going to enter are at least equal or multiple times bigger the size of what we are dealing in the biogas. It will be good enough for BPC as a niche player to expand our business in the coming year.
Okay, and do you focus on specific markets, or is like just a broad perspective?
As we said, biogas, we are in the leading position. We will continue to be a leading. We want to maintain our leadership in that, to offering laboratory analytical instrument for that sector. We are entered the biodegradability market. We want to be, I think we have a very great opportunity to become the major supplier in that sector. And this sector is growing in a very fast speed. The demand is very high. We're talking about to minimize the white plastic, the plastic waste in the ocean, in the soil, in the receiving waters. We are talking about the eliminate one-time use the plastic material. Yeah, the new material, whatever they are in the conversation, they need to be evaluated whether in what condition they should be degraded, in the natural environment or in the wastewater or waste treatment facility. And our instrument have a unique position and a great platform to run those evaluations compared to the traditional method or whatever that exists in the market. So we are also looking at the in vitro digestibility, which is in animal feed or animal nutrition sector. Because this is not only because for meat production or dairy production, but also the feed animal in farming has a tremendous pressure on minimize their greenhouse gas emission. And our instrument are a great tool to achieve that. Yeah. Okay. So we are focused on those few markets. But as I said, we also have a long-term goal. We're looking at the new sector, but we need study or investigate more in order to figure out how we can, like the preclinical, like the greenhouse gas emission, like the toxicity evaluation. I think there are several different sectors that we can enter, but the most we want in the coming 2 or 3 years, we want to focus on, you can say 3 or 4 markets that we can have a great chance to penetrate.
Okay, thank you. And you touched on this.
Yeah, sorry, and I want to add, I want to add on, it's not something we want, it's something we have actually ongoing, we are doing. We have already quite a number of customers from the biodegradability market, from the global, from United States, from Europe, from China, from Europe. They are big players and they're using our instruments. So it's already proven. What we do is we penetrate, we want to be the major instrument supplier for those sectors.
Okay, thank you. And you mentioned during the presentation, it could be good just to highlight that again. Why do you think it is the right time for BPC to go public now, and what will be the main allocation for the capital that is raised during this IPO?
Good question. I think it is the right time for BPC to go for listing, public listing, because we think we have outstanding and very solid, concrete foundation, business foundation on the existing market that we're dealing with. We have extensive experience on this. And we also demonstrate we have a capable to adapt the new situation during the pandemic. We can grow our business even in the business downtime. That's basically. So it further shows that we are very solid, stable, and you can say low risk with high growth potential. So, and we are at this time, throughout in 2009, 2020, it has been proven that our technology can be used in other new sectors. We have an increasing number of sales from the outside biogas. And this is actually one of the major contribution to our revenue in this year. We have a significant increase of business outside biogas sectors. So it's further show it's time now. It's time. We are in the beginning, but the well-proved moment to transfer our business from a single niche market to the multiple biotech industry sector. And also, that's also very important that we do have a great passion to do more, and we believe we can do that. So I think that's a great moment. And the listing, I think, we want to be more visible. We want to also to be through the capital that we generate we're raising that to support our business expansion. The company is a profit company. The capital we raised is used to expand our business.
Okay, thank you. And if we look at the financial status of the company after the listing, how does that look?
After the listing, I think, as I mentioned, we are profitable over the past 10 years, and and I believe because the great performance this year so far, I believe this will be also a good year, not only profitable year, but it will be a good year. Most likely surplus our target, both turnover and the sales, turnover and the profit. So we have a quite strong position, and the capital we're going to use that we're raising through the market will be used for our business expansion, for product development, for business development, for production, ensure our production to support our business growth from single niche market to multiple market. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you. That was the final question for this Q&A session. So thanks a lot, Jing, for your presentation and for all the information. And thank you all to the viewers for your questions and for taking the time to look at this presentation. I wish BPC Instruments good luck with their IPO. Yeah, let's see if we see you here again in the coming quarterly reports. So thank you, Jing. And have a good day to all of you.
You too, everyone also. Thank you. Bye.